For the first time all season, Toronto FC have now dropped 2 matches in a row after falling to the New England Revolution 2-1 at Foxborough. Gareth Wheeler with you. This is After 90 Minutes presented by Kia. Toronto FC have gone through a very difficult week. From playing on the West Coast in Los Angeles, back in Toronto, playing a midweek affair against a desperate team, nonetheless their rival in the Montreal Impact. Then they went to New England on Saturday and likewise played another desperate team. Fresh off firing their head coach Jay Heaps, the New England Revolution pushing and trying to stay alive in the playoff race had everything to lose in this matchup, and Toronto FC played them well. Through the first hour and change of this matchup, things were tight. Then in 5 minutes of madness, the game turned on its head. In the 82nd minute, it was Lee Wynn, the substitute for the New England Revolution, finding some room between the lines, finishing past Clint Earl when the shot deflects off Drew Moore to give the Revolution a 1-0 lead. Just 2 minutes later, a wonderful ball by the captain, Michael Bradley, by Nico Hassler. Now, despite the loss, head coach Greg Vanney does find some positives and is really proud of his group the way they performed on the night.
Yeah, I wasn't displeased at all. I mean, I thought the guys gave a great effort. Like I said, I thought a lot of guys stepped into sort of new roles. I thought we moved the ball. I thought, I thought we did what we would do, which is do our best to keep possession of the ball, make it difficult for them so that we could minimize the amount of crosses and service and things like they could get to their big forwards. I thought we did a pretty good job of that.
Vanney said all week he was going to utilize his squad's depth, and we did see a lot of different players come in and out of the team this week. Greg Vanney handed the start to Clint Irwin, his first start since July 22nd. Irwin did well during the early stages, making 2 critical saves, quick off his line. He looked sharp, but admittedly, he could have done better on the 2 goals that were conceded. Steven Beitashour and Justin Morrow tucked in from their fullback positions. They played in the back 3 alongside Drew Moore. The 3 of them played very well all match long, giving Greg Vanney something to think about as Chris Mavinga was out with an abdominal injury and Eric Zavaleta had an oral procedure. Sounds like the dentist came calling. Nick Hagland, he's on the verge of returning as well. So there's going to be some discussion about what the preferred starting back 3 will be moving forward. Hassler and Edwards both came in. Both players played well, providing a threat in an attacking role. And Victor Vasquez came back into the team. The Spanish player was an absolute magician on the match, showing some exceptional skill on the ball. He did pick up a caution in this match and was held off the score sheet, but his class was there and plain to see. Now, despite all the changes in this team, Nico Hassler adamant that there are no excuses for this group, that the depth of the squad should have been enough to come away with something from this match.
This is no excuse for me. It's important that we forget these games and look forward to the New York Red Bull game and make the best there.
The jinx at Gillette Stadium is true to form for Toronto FC. They haven't won in their last 6 visits to Foxborough, and complicating matters even more, the horrendous condition of the turf. It's not just playing on an artificial surface, it's the fact that the football lines remained on the field with the New England Patriots playing at home on Sunday. It's difficult for viewers to watch. It doesn't look right for a league that's come so far, and that's precisely the point that the captain Michael Bradley made post-match.
When you talk about trying to grow the league and make all of the, make every part of it better, games on terrible turf with football lines don't do a whole lot to help.
With New York City FC's 1-1 draw with the Houston Dynamo, Toronto FC are within touching distance of the Supporters' Shield. New York travels to Montreal to take on the Impact midweek, and if they lose to Montreal, then the Supporters' Shield will be all Toronto FC's. If not, if they end up coming away with the result, it will be all about next Saturday night at BMO Field. It could be a massive party if Toronto FC can come away with a result. Regardless, if Toronto FC wins next Saturday night, that's how you win the Supporters' Shield in style, and that's what they'll be out to do. We're looking for updates on Sebastian Giovinco, Josie Altidore, Mavinga, all these players that were held out based upon precaution could very well be back in the team next weekend. So keep it locked, torontofc.ca all week long. We'll keep you up to speed about who will be coming back into the team. The week's rest coming at the right time for Toronto FC ahead of the big match next weekend.